my time is now. My time is now. Yes, sir. Turn up. Welcome everyone who's joining the chat. You get me, fam. Let's go. Drop this in the chat. Drop this in the chat. Drop this in the chat. Yeah. Let's go. What's good, Brandon? What's good, DK Fallen Gamer? Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Come play with me, son. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Share goddamn live. My time is now. We are taking over. We are taking over. We are taking over. Yo! What you saying? Yo, TK Fallen Gamer, bro. Like, bro. It's been the craziest weekend. Like, Kenya is not a real place. I don't know who lives in Kenya, who can understand this feeling, who is in the chat. Mina wambia, Kenya, it's not a real place. Like, ukiingia Kenya, be ready for anything. This is a country where people take the deepest things and turn them into humor. Like, bro, ukiwa Kenya, you can never be stressed out. You can never be stressed out in Kenya 100%. Hawa watu wachukuliangi vitu serious. Ever, I'm telling you. So, tumekuwa na one of the biggest cases that has ever been to Kenya. Like, kuna dem alikuwa anafaa kunyongwa leo. I don't know if she was actually nyongwa. Acha niche. Tafute hiyo ngoma. Kuna hiyo ngoma inakuanga nyonga. Acha niweke hiyo ngoma. Yo, what's good, Kingara? What are you wearing, bro? Like, tulia niweke ngoma. The cancel. Hiyo ngoma ita nyonga. Nyonga. The cancel. Acha tuone kama utapata hii ngoma. Udem alikuwa anafaa kunyonga. It's not even humor. It's not even humor. Sikia hii ngoma ilitokea 2004. Unanijaz. Kingara. What's good, everybody in the chat? Spam the W's and share the live. Share the live. Oh my God, what did I do? Hold on. My shit is bugging. Ukona hiyo jacket peke. Bro, this is the brand, okay? This is the Vigilante brand. This is what we wear. For my brand. This is my brand, okay? Kama inawasumbua, this is my brand. What you mean, bro? Acha niweke ngoma kwanza hapa hivi ya nyongwa. Bro. Allo?
Yo, manze.
Vietnamese. Msinikasirikie. Ati nini?
Chini kwa chini. Twende juu kwa juu. Twende chini kwa chini. Twende juu, twende chini.
Ukichoka shikilia chini.
Wena miaka 80 ama 40. Kata kiuno kama una mashini. Ni sisi tena meja na matrizi. Combination utachizi. Weka manzipo mani peleke misini. Ule dema kona micro mini. Anakubamba piga Kiswahili. Kama umekwama fanya hivi. Nyongwa.
Yeah, I'm bugging. You wear it all streams. Yo, TK Fallen Gamers anikwambia hivi. First of all, there's one thing we don't do on this live, okay? First of all, there's something we don't do on this live. Nobody comes at Vigilante, okay? TK Fallen Gamer. Nobody comes at me. So I don't know what you're trying to do here, attacking my swag. You know, this is the Vigilante swagger. I'm swaggerific. How many Kenyans do you see put on this shit, bro? Yeah, what's good, Magzi? Magzi has always been tuning in since day one. What, bro? Since day one, ever since she met me, she never misses my streams. So give a shout out to Magzi. Magzi, my baby girl. You know, Magzi is the best. Magzi is the best. It looks like a police vest. You know, I'm the police, and you know, mimi ndio nitoka udemu wa Vietnam. And you know, there's a lot of kumekuwa na a lot of controversy behind hii story ya udem. So mimi nataka watu wenye wamejua hii story ya udem anaitwa Margaret Nduta. You know, there's things that are not making sense to me, to be honest with you. Mimi nimekaa chini, I am trying to sympathize with this lady. Nakaa chini vitena nafikiria. Your mic is gorgeous, bro. Yo, Mike. Thank you, bro. Exactly. You know, I like people who acknowledge the hard work I put in on this show. I ran this thing by myself. You know, I'm not trying to glaze myself. I'm the audio producer. I'm the videographer. I am the designer of this show. I do everything by myself. I'm the editor of all my videos that I have uploaded on YouTube. And let me remind you something, chat. Yo, Finosa. Finosa commented today on my stream. This is crazy. Actually, chat, let me show you one of my accomplishments before I continue on this story. I need to Magzi. Skia Magzi. Oh my God. Magzi, I'm sorry. Oh my days. I don't know why I mentioned your name. I need to Margaret Nduta. Jumba wani mention Magzi. Magzi uzangi cocaine. Magzi is a good lady. Oh shit. In GTA. You know, I keep forgetting saying everything naongea hapa hivi on TikTok. It only takes you one thing useme kitu ujinga wa kutoa nje. So, TikTok, we mean in GTA. So, like, before tuendelee na hii story, wacha niwaonyeshe my biggest achievement this month. So, my channel on YouTube is kinda, you know, bro, we're doing some good work. W Vigilante in the chats. W Vigilante. We have gotten 320 subscribers. I have gotten to 109 videos. I think last month I've posted over 20 videos, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. I've been going off. And look at the kind of effort I'm putting in. I'm putting it in. Pause. That's what she said. Oh my God. That's what I've been putting into the, oh my days. This video has gotten to 27 views. Nice. You know, 27 views might seem something so minute to most of the niggas in the chat, but let me tell you, bro, as a beginner, when you see your video hit at least 30 views, bro, you're him. No one can tell you shit, okay? I did a video about this loyalty test. This is a good video. Actually, go watch all my videos, bro. I have been putting in all the work into this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus all my live streams for last month. So I have done probably over 20 videos last month. Oh my God, wrong button. I admire the hard work. Thank you, my G. And everyone who supports my show, bro, like this show could have never gotten to the place we have gotten to without the gracious community that I have built over time. You know, all this is from my community. Like, all this setup is people who have believed in you. They support your show. They donate to the stream. So anyone and everyone who has been supporting my show, that's why now we have a banner up here to remind everyone of your greatness to this Vigilante channel. Your legacy will be cemented into this show forever and ever. God damn it. Talk about glazing, okay? And I'm not even done. Let me show you something else, okay? We have gathered 10,000 views in the last 1.5 months. Vigilante, bro. Like, Vigilante is him. I'm him. And everyone who has been watching my videos, all of you are him. We could never have gotten to 10,000 views. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. On the road to that pestering monetization. I have to get monetized on YouTube by the end of this year. I said it here. Say I was here when I said these words. Everybody type, I was here. By the end of this month, everybody who has been here, Magzi, Mike, Unruly King, TK Fallen Gamer, Kingara, Finosa herself in the building. Everybody who has been here, Brandon. How can I forget Brandon? Where are my manners? And you know, I never forget the first person who has been here since day one. And he probably forgot about me, but it's all good. His name is Jose Ulemse. He's a person who has a TikTok account. That's where I began my journey. And that was the first person who was watching me consistently every single day. Every single day. I never gave up. I kept pushing and pushing. I only had a phone. But now we host lives on 3 fucking platforms. 3 fucking platforms. YouTube, TikTok, and also I brought it back. Oh yeah, on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch as we speak. Bro, we're taking over. And you know, kuna kitu Fallen Gamer anauliza hapa hivi, what about IRL siku gani? Let me tell you something, TK Fallen Gamer. IRL streaming is coming soon. Might be coming sooner than you think. I ain't gonna hold you, okay? So, I need to... The goal up here is for me to buy a camera, you know. That's my next step to my content journey. My goal is to hit $1,200 for me to get some equipment that I need. I need to go buy a camera because I don't use a camera in my... If you want to call it a bedroom / studio / everything, like this is where everything happens. This is where the magic happens. So I use a webcam for those who know, and for those who don't know, now you know. I use a webcam, so like I'm trying to set everything up. So, you know, I cannot use a webcam outside my house. That's why I use my webcam. So once I buy my camera, bro, IRL content will be dropping soon. IRL content will be dropping soon. And you know what? I'm not going to make excuses. I might not have editors. I might not have producers. I might not have the best crew. But you know what? You got to work with what you have. And if I have only me, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. That's the fuck what I'm going to do. I got a question. Ask your question, Mike. Ask me your question, bro. Ask me your question. Inshallah, you'll get it. 100%. I always say, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. One day, we're going to sit here and we're going to reminisce about this moment. We're going to be here, mimi na nyinyi, kina Max, kina Mike, kina Fallen Gamer, everybody who was here, and we'll be like, you remember that time when we wanted to buy that camera? Look at us now, over 10 million subs. Bro, you got to think big. You got to think big. I don't say that in terms of a joke. Bro, I'm going to become the biggest creator in this fucking country. And all of you are on the ride with me. And we are going to grow together. From point A to point 10 milli. That's the goal, okay? That's actually not the goal. Actually, I want to get to a level where I can compete with Mr. Beast himself. Mr. Beast himself, you know what? I might come for your channel, bro. I might come for that #1 spot. Don't play with me. Maxi says, I'll be at work watching that shit. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you, bro. Maxi, I'm sorry, you know. I've gotten used to saying bro, so najipatanga tu nikisema bro. I'm sorry, Maxi, you know, baby girl, you know, you're a baby girl, so you know what? I'm sorry. How does the hair look like? These niggas think like I have a big forehead or something. These niggas think I have a big forehead. Yo, Mike, let me show you something, bro. I'm sick and tired of you niggas disrespecting my forehead game. I'm so sick and tired. Let me show you a video I posted today. Maybe you have not seen my video that I've dropped today on TikTok, okay? Let me show what I'm talking about. Like you, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you niggas, bro? Look!
Margaret Nduta has taken over the internet over the past few days because she was sentenced in Vietnam to be
Now, let me ask you a question. Do I look like I have a forehead? How does my hairline look like now? Mike, you wanna make jokes about my hair, bro? You wanna make jokes about my hair? My hair is good. I'm good. Yo, Chad, rate my hairline out of 10. Rate my hairline out of 10. Let me see if I'm cooked. Maybe I'm cooked, I don't know. But to me, I think I'm kind of solid, bro. I'm solid. This is dead ass solid. What the fuck? Where's my volume button? 7, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Yeah, like, there was that day, that pestering dumbass Panther. I was with Panther on Discord, and he gave me this stupid dare to take off my durag. And I had not taken off my durag for 1 whole week. Okay? So by the time I was done unveiling my hair, Panther wanted to make jokes. He's like, oh, you're cooked. Your hairline is cooked. But in real sense, it's just that my hair was squished in by my durag. Chad, what do you mean? And if you haven't followed me, what are you waiting for? Follow me right now. Follow me right now. Follow me right now. And also, Chad, let me ask you guys for a favor, okay? If you have a TV and you're watching this live in your house, or you have a laptop by your side, do me one solid favor. One final favor as we get into the show. Can you just play my live right now that I'm streaming on YouTube on your tab? Just leave a tab open. At least help Vigilante get those watch hours. Usikwe stingy na views. You feel me? Don't be stingy with them views, bro. That's all I'm asking for, okay? Okay? That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Atike Fulungema anasema, you guys don't want unnecessary crashing out, bro. Today, I'm well collected. I've been doing yoga. I've been doing yoga for the past 1 week, so I've learned to control my inner demons. I've put them at bay. They're now chilling. Me and them were buddies. I've learned that they are my best friends in life. And you know what? They are calm as a cucumber. Calm as a cucumber. But, I'm planning to do a stream. I'm not going to give you details. You'll just have to wait and see. That's all I'm saying. Stay tuned. Gotta be subscribed. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I wanted to see the hair. Yo, Mike, why do you want to see another man's hair, bro? Nigga! Mike! That sounds so suspicious. What do you mean you wanted to see another man's hair? What do you mean you want to see another man's hair, Mike? And you're laughing. You're actually blushing saying those words. Yo, chat. Is Mike cooked? Yes or no? Is Mike cooked? Type 1 if you think Mike is cooked. Type 2 if you think Mike is good. Be honest, though. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. 1. Bruh. Bro, stop asking me questions, my nigga. Stop asking me them questions, my boy. You taking showers, bro. You don't have to know. You don't have to know. 10? Why are you typing 10, Fallen Gamer? Why are you typing 10, bro? Why are you typing 10? You wasn't blushing, bro. You were literally blushing. You're literally blushing. You're trying to defend yourself, and everybody in the chat saw you was blushing. Blushing or by seeing another man's hair. Oh my fucking goodness, Mike.
Brother,
What's that?
what's that?
What's that, brother?
What's that, brother?
Mike. Nah. Mike is cooked, Chad. There is no hope for Mike. There is no hope for Mike. Brother. Brother, ew, nigga. What do you mean? Y'all are so cruel. No, you are so. Why are you gay?
Fatality.
Why are you gay, bro? Anyway, enough of Mike. Enough of Mike. Enough of Mike. So yeah, okay. As I was saying, we made a video about Margaret Nduta. Let's get a bit serious, okay? Because I want to hear your guys' opinion about the matter of Margaret Nduta. So if we can switch gears for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to try and see like what's up with this story. So, chat, am I the one who's bugging? Okay, please tell me if I'm bugging or not, because hakuna mtu anielezea this Chile. She was going to seek a job in Vietnam. First of all, how many times have you heard people go abroad in Vietnam to look for house help work? That's my first question. Second question, it is alleged, okay? Don't quote me. I could be wrong. It's alleged that this lady was paid 167K. 167K. If it's true, it's going to be hard for people to actually think she's innocent if she was actually paid to do this work. And another suspicion that has me thinking is that how is it if she's actually innocent, why did she not board the flight in JKIA? That's my other question. Because you're not going to tell me a person who is innocent for some weird reason finds themselves all the way. Is it in Ethiopia? I could be wrong. I think it's in Ethiopia. She took a flight from Ethiopia to Vietnam. Does that sound like somebody who is innocent? Let me hear your comments first of all. Let me hear your comments. If she was paid, then that raises a lot of questions. Exactly, because I was like, at first, people are speculating that she's being accused, she was misused. And to make matters worse, I thought she was, when I heard of the story, I thought it was like somebody who's in her 20s, early 20s, who's trying to look for a job. Bro, after I find out she's 37, bro, are you fucking telling me 37 years old? How ignorant can you be? Because this story makes no sense, because this is what the story says. I think this is what she tells the people. She says she was told to take this bag by this agent of hers, and she was instructed to put her luggages into this suitcase. And inside the suitcase was 2 kgs of coca. 2 kgs. How you just taking somebody's suitcase, no questions asked? You're 37 years old. At this point, you should be smarter than that. Na niko ulisi dem ametoka ushago venye watu wataka kusema. Huyu dem ajalelewa ushago. Ajalelewa ushago. I can tell you that. Huyu dem amekaa Nairobi, amezoea maisha ya Nairobi. And I'm not even kidding. What's good, Matthew, my boy? What's good, Matthew? What's good, Matthew? So, can you make me understand, chat? Am I the one who's bugging? 37, unajua ingekuwa ni vigilante at my age, 25 years old. I just 25. I turned 25 early this month. And none of you gifted me anything, first of all. But you know what? I don't hold grudges. I never hold grudges. I never got gifts from all of you niggas. But you know what? As long as you're subscribed and you tune into my show and you follow me on my socials, that's all I need. I don't need nothing more, nothing less. And if you haven't subscribed, what the fuck are you waiting for? Subscribe right now. Turn on the post notification bell to get notified when Vigilante posts and every time I go live. Maxi says, so young, 25. I'm not young. Yo, Maxi, what do you mean? Maxi, how old are you? Maxi, stop making me look like a baby. Maxi, this is the age of a man right now. I'm a young man. I'm actually old, right now I sit down, I'm the one who does the advising. I advise all my peers at my age because they don't think anymore. don't think anymore. They do some dumb shit, but you see, vigilantes out here grinding every single day. Ebuni kalale, yo. Magzi. Are you running away? Are you running away? Are you running away from me, Magzi? Are you serious? Magzi, after everything we've been through, you're going to desert me. After everything. Oh my gosh. Nah, fear these ladies, bro. You're unaanza prime age sasa. Yeah, my boy, you're the one who gets it. Right now, I'm in my prime. I'm at the peak of my masculinity. Once you start hitting 27, 28, 29, when you start hitting 30, like your testosterone starts depreciating. So at this point, I'm in my prime. That's why I'm doing things other niggas don't do. I am the greatest streamer in the 254 as we speak, out here every single day. I am better than the likes of people like comparing me to Andrew Kibe. Who the fuck is Andrew Kibe, chat? How do you compare me to Andrew Kibe? Andrew Kibe didn't stream to 3 platforms. Andrew Kibe didn't have such a lovely ass setup. Andrew Kibe should learn from me. Andrew Kibe should learn from me. Na pia madem wanaendanga abroad, you should learn from people like Margaret Nduta. I don't know if she has been executed. You know, I'm not proud that she's being executed. To me, it's kind of harsh, to be honest with you. Getting unalive because you are caught in possession of such illegal substances. I don't support it. But at the end of the day, these are human beings. They are not forced to partake the substances. Most of them are not. I know there's few cases here and there where people are forced to start, using these substances. So if it was up to me, I'll just give her life imprisonment. That's all. So that she can learn from her mistake, or probably something like even life imprisonment for something like, I think even life imprisonment based on this case, sometimes when it comes to illegal substances, I think they become too harsh because at the end of the day, you can't control human beings. And that's one thing that they should learn. Even if it's punishment, I think at best we should just find these people and probably if they're going to serve sentence, probably give them something more humane so that they may change. What is she going to learn? It instills fears to people who are actually participating in such behavior. So Margaret Nduta, if she's dead, RIP to her. But I looked into this story, Mr. Adangaya. Let me try to pull up a picture of her. What's good, Winnie? Winnie, long time no see. Winnie, this is the first time in a long time you have tuned back to my stream. But you know what? We appreciate you coming back. Okay? Yeah, they should jail her, but taking her life is too harsh. Yeah, but you have to take things into consideration. The country she has been arrested in. Asian countries don't play around with such cases. And again, I'm gonna insist, she was kind of ignorant. There's a lot of things she could have done to avoid all this, innocent or not. There's a lot of things she could have done. A bit of research. How do you take just luggage that has been handed over to you? You don't even question the person giving you this luggage. You transport it willy-nilly. And if it's true she was paid, she's not innocent, in my opinion. That's my goddamn opinion. If she was actually paid, it's gonna be tough for people defending her. Even the lawyers of Kenya actually admitted this is a very hard case. This is a very, very, very hard case to deal with. Because Kenyans expect her to be what is it called? What is the name? Oh my God, English gone. She should be brought back to Kenya, and she should be trialed under Kenyan laws and the Kenyan constitution. But one thing a lot of people don't understand is that Margaret did not break a Kenyan law. Also in Kenya, I'm not saying it's legal in Kenya to walk around with such substances, but she did not break a Kenyan law. She broke a Vietnamese law, and by the Vietnamese constitution, it is mandated that if you're caught in possession, I think it is over 100 or something like 200 grams of illegal substances, such hard drugs, like they unalive you. That's the penalty that you're given. And it's not because she's Kenyan. Unajua kuna watu wanasema anaonewa because she's Kenyan. Bro, like your country, eno angalia tu history yao ya drug trafficking. They unalive people like for Christmas. Every single day. They unalive people in that country. They don't play around with drugs in that country. And you have to take things into consideration. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know? Because your country, they don't fool around. No dem angekuwa mjanja like, sijui mbona, bro, mi kuna vitu mingi tu like, ebu niambieni like, let me pull up a picture about of her. Does she look like somebody who is innocent to you, chat? I want all of you to be honest with me. I might be overjudging her. Because udem ananipea ile look ya ugaidi. Maybe at this point she had already made peace because she was arrested in 2023. Unajua kuna watu wanadhani hii kesi imeanza juzi. She has been in Vietnam for the past 2 years. So si kitu nimefanyika juzi. And she has been under trial. And sentence yake ilikuwa inafaa kufanyika, I think ni jana ikapelekwa leo. Lakini bado sijui kama she has been executed. So please somebody who has followed up on the story, can you please tell me if she's actually executed or not? Tujue juu unaona online watu wako na a lot of mixed nini, kuna watu wanasema ameshauliwa, kuna wase wanasema amesamehewa, kuna wase wanasema amepewa ameextendiwa time for another 6 months. But you know what bro, acha niwaambie, hakunanga kitu rahisi kama kujua, hakunanga kitu mbaya kama kujua unakufa siku fulani. Unajua human beings, you know, we are so privileged that we live life. And unajua ile thought ya all of us are going to die eventually one day, but nobody sits down alafu ana stress ati atakufa siku gani, because you never know. But who damn, imagine being in prison, unakujua alafu, you know, watu wako death row, mimi naoneanga huruma, like I've watched death row cases. They come to you abruptly. You can serve sentence for more than 10 years. You've been eating, you've been sleeping. Unadhani ni kama hadi kesi walikusamehea, maybe you've been imprisoned for life. They come to you one particular night and then they're like, yo bro, you have a budget of $20. Even for US wanafanyianga wase, you have a budget of $20 and we want you to buy your last meal, unakufa kesho. Bro, that is the longest 24 hours of your entire life. You never want to find yourself in such a scenario. Ndio nasemanga crime does not pay. Hii mambo ya kutafuta pesa ya haraka haraka achaneni nayo. Kwani kama mimi, you know, Mr. Wadanganya, and I'm going to give you a story shortly. Mbona mimi, like, when it comes to easy money, I'm not a big fan of people who actually go for easy money. Mimi sipendangi hiyo mchezo ya ati pesa ya rahisi. Bro, I don't play around with that shit. Dan Games anasema hii ni picha after amekaa jela, lazima angekuwa amechapa. Okay. Unajua pia kuna ingine there is no info on Twitter. On Twitter sa it's, unajua on Twitter sa kila mtu akona, kuna watu wanasema amesamehewa, kuna Wakenya wanasema she should be hanged, kuna Wakenya wamuonea huruma, kuna Wakenya wana sympathize na yeye. So unajua Wakenya ni watu like they will always find humor in everything. Like ukiangalia tu comment sections za Wakenya, mtajua Wakenya they don't care. Kenyans don't give a fuck. Oh my gosh, nilisoma some comments and I was like, god damn, you know what? Why am I telling you this and I can show you? Let me find one of those comments. Niliona hapa hivi na pia kuna picha nyingine yake. Before that, hebu nionyeshe picha nyingine ya udem. Aonyeshe picha nyingine ya udem. Hold on. Nice. Ukiangalia udem, Why is she smiling? Mystic, is this a smile? Your chat. Do you think she was smiling? Because niliangalia hii picha and I'm like, mbona unakaa ni kama una smile? Have you made peace? Maybe she has made peace with her being unalived. Maybe that's the case. But niliangalia hii picha nikajiuliza maswali mingi sana. Na kuna comment niliona ya mtu fulani hapa alikuwa anaitwa nani? Alikuwa anaitwa Shiola. Acha niweke hii comment ya udem. Ndio niwaonyeshe Wakenya waoneangi watu huruma. Usikosea Mkenya. Kuna watu USS, kuna watu uso zao hukua hivyo tu uski. Okay, maybe it's true. Maybe she's like maybe she has made peace, you never know. But kuna comment ya Shola Ada alikuwa anasema hivi kwa Twitter. Can anyone give me 2 reasons as to why we should defend Margaret Nduta? She was carrying over 2 kgs of drugs. She was paid 167k to deliver the drugs. Those drugs would have ruined families in Vietnam and Laos. And unlike Kenya, the law is working in Vietnam. So make us understand. Ndio nakwambia Wakenya sengine sort of kudepend on kukuja kukuokoa. Because imagine who them aingia tu online, I love that's the first comment she sees. You can just imagine the amount of drainage in a hit. Ako zile za what? Why would you tell this to me? Unaona, like Wakenya sometimes we need to learn to have sympathy. You know, me I can sit here and be like, tunaanza kuspekulate what really happened, but you know, at the end of the day, she's a human being, and I think it's extremely cruel to be unalived for such a case, to be honest with you. It's extremely cruel in my opinion. Many Kenyans are on death row pale Kamiti, mbona hawaonei huruma? Actually, I don't think in Kenya kuna kwanga na death penalty, bro. Like, Goitsebeng, Kenya kunanga death penalty. Sidhani Kenya kuna kwanga death penalty. In Kenya, they give you just life imprisonment. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's somebody in Kenya who has been like, hakuna death penalty. Yo, is there a death penalty in Kenya, chat? Is there a death penalty in Kenya? Because I don't think there's a death penalty in Kenya, to be honest. Wale wa Kenya ndio wanaweza fanya unyongwe. Bro, nimesoma tu vitu za Wakenya hawana huruma. Like Wakenya, hata ndio niwasomee ingine. Ndio naonyeshe Wakenya sometimes never depend on Kenyans. Another day. What's good mistyping? Exactly. I don't think there's death penalty in Kenya. In Kenya, utakuwa sentenced to death, but the death sentence in Kenya is you serving life in prison. You know what death penalty in Kenya. In Kenya, they don't actually take your life. Goitsebeng. Do your research. Do your research, bro. Do your research. I'm not bugging. Times are more maybe. Hizo times are more maybe ndio kulikuwa death. But death penalty litoleangwa, they replaced it with life imprisonment. Sijui jamaa anaishi Kenya gani. Cause here mimi najuanga Kenya hakunanga death penalty. The last person alikuwa executed many years ago. Actually, you know what? We can actually look it up. Let me ask ChatGPT. It's been a while since I've had a conversation with ChatGPT. Hello, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, is there a death penalty that is in Kenya?
Yes, Kenya does have the death penalty. It is primarily applied for certain serious crimes, such as murder. However, in recent years, there has been a de facto moratorium on executions, with no executions carried out since 1987. The death penalty is still in the legal framework, but its application has been limited.
Exactly. That's information straight from ChatGPT herself. The last time there was a death penalty in Kenya was in 1987. That's a very long time ago, bro. They don't implement the death penalty anymore. Kuna comment hapa ya Dana hapa juu alikuwa anasema, yes, while Kenya still authorizes the death penalty, it hasn't been carried out executions in the nearly 30 years and has commuted all death sentences to life imprisonment. Yeah. Yang to me najuanga. I might not be into politics like that at least, but you know what? I never slept in school. At least ile siku tuliambiwa hiyo kitu hiyo nao nilikuwa najua. Time ya history classes. Fucking ass waste of my time. I regret it so much. Iko death penalty but mandatory death penalty ndio ilitolewa. Goitsebeng hakuna mtu anauliango Kenya. They switched it to life imprisonment. Kuna udem mwenye alidunga sijui chali yake visu ngapi. Ingekuwa country ingine kama US, bro. Nini kama hiyo unagenya. Hakunanga story ya nini ama nini. They don't care what you did. They don't care what you did. They take your life. Ali Babitu Kololo, last person to be given death penalty. Okay, at least we have somebody in the chat who's actually knowledgeable about the topic. So W Dan, thank you Dan so much for your contribution, man. Bro, thank you so much, bro. Kuna mwingine anasema yes. So there are people on death row. Yeah, there's people on death row, but death row ya Kenya they don't. It's death row, yes, but it's you don't see no one. You don't speak to no one. No one visits you. That's the death row in Kenya. Like wanakutreat kama umededi. Kenya wanakupeanga tu ni food. You're just kuna hiyo death row ward yenye watu wanaekangwa. Unaachangwa hapo hivyo just you rot unakuwa mwenda wazimu. Like most of those niggas, bro. Mimi nawaambia there is fates which are so worse than death. Afadhali hadi mtu auliwe kuliko kuweko death row saa ingine, bro. Nawaambia mtu ako death row akwangi na amani. Mtu ako death row akwangi na amani. Lakini hakunyongwa. Udema hakunyongwa. Alipo lethal injection and you know, bro, lethal injection inakuanga mbaya. Okay, nilikuwa niwaambie kitu about mbona mimi sichezange hizi pesa za haramu. Wacha kwa niwaambie. You know, back in 2020, 2021, 2022 if I'm not wrong. Hiyo time ya COVID 2020 hapo around that time period. I think it's between 2020 and 2022. Kuna jamaa alini approach akiniambia anataka tukue tunaendea magari Mombasa, tunazipeleka from port ya Mombasa to another place. Like sisi tunafanya transport. Ni kama umekuwa Jason Statham. Alafu ile pesa nilikuwa natajiwa hapo. Huyu jamaa ananiambia, vigilante, you can get paid roughly like 20,000 per trip. Nilijiuliza maswali mingi. I'm like 20,000 to just drive a car. Hapo nilijua something is not adding up. Something wasn't adding up. Mimi nikamwambia, you know what? Naweza kuwa sina do, but you know what? I value my life. Mimi nilimwambia hivyo. I was like, bro, thank you for the offer, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this offer. Waendelea kutafuta do yako, mimi nitatafuta njia nyingine. Mimi pesa haramu mimi sipendangi. Ndio maana mimi when I say something like if I come here and say even if you're asking for support, bro, like anything anyone has ever supported me with, it was to achieve a certain goal that I wanted. I have always made sure I have never lied. I have always used that money for that very purpose. I'm not a guy who lies. Mimi nikikuambia sasa go to bank nitumie 70k nifanye kitu fulani. Nitaifanya na nitakuonyesha ndio nimefanya. Si ati because ati hauniamini, because I want to show you that I am a trustworthy guy na mimi sina hizi mambo mingi. That's what I do. That's what I do. And that's how I've always lived my life. Anasema, so those people don't need sympathy. I didn't say that. I think I started off by saying that it's cruel. I said that. I said to be executed based on carrying drugs, to me, that's a bit too harsh, to my opinion. But remember one thing, Vigilante is not the president of Vietnam. Me, naweza ongea hapa hivi the whole day, but you know what? Vietnamese law is Vietnamese law. Sometimes, acha niwaambie kitu. Sometimes we keep complaining about our hard times of living in Kenya, and we have all the right to do so. But acha niwaambie, once you step outside Kenya sometimes, you'll understand the amount of privilege enye tunakuanga nayo. Most of the things that we get away with, see it they slide in other countries. So sometimes, as much as these leaders wengine watufanyanga hivi na hivi, at least hawajatufikisha level wenye wametupea. Maybe economy ndio inakuanga ngumu tu Kenya kusema ukweli na kudanganyo mingi. But other than that, there's nothing else you can ever complain about living in Kenya. Kenya literally has everything. We have the internet, we have technology may advance in Kenya, we have good means of transport. Na siku hizi kina Diana Bahati wameupgrade hadi lifestyle ya Wakenya. Siku hizi tunanunua maji wagon and shit za brabas, type shit. So, sometimes you have to understand how lucky you are to be living in Kenya. It might not be the best kind of living, but just know you're extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. You never want to find yourself in countries like kina Vietnam. Huko hakuna hadi kuongea mara mbili. They take you. Na hakuna kitu utadu. 20K includes fuel and other expenses. It's legal business. It wasn't legal. Unajua mimi nimekaa Nairobi, unajua Goitsebeng, uzuri wa kukaa Nairobi akili yako inakuanga sharpened. Mimi nitakwambia nimestaki kwenda into details. Unajua kuna sengine makosa mengine unakuanga nao ni kupiga mdomo sana. You can talk about something but never get to a point where you overshare, you know. There's a lot of things. Na mimi sitaki kujiweka in a compromising situation because I love life. I love life. Everybody knows in this comment section the way I love life. I love my life so fucking bad. Hii biashara mimi nitakuambia, as a person who is well, you know, I'm not a dumb guy, I'm intellectual. It wasn't about the car nini. It wasn't about the car thing. Kulikuwa na vitu zilikuwa zinaendelea na mimi nilisema I did not want to get myself involved. So mimi nilimwambia, you know what? Thank you for the offer, but I am good. Get rich or die trying. Acha niwaambie, unaona hii saying nimepoteza watu wengi. This exact saying is what is wrong with the society. Kuna dem atasoma hii saying yako sahi Goitsebeng. Kesho utamwona Koinange Street. Anajeka in the line of harm. Ni kama ile time ya genocides, femicides. I'm not proud of what was happening, but pia I'm a dem, and I'm not blaming them. Unajua nilikuwa na debate pia jana. People are saying, vigilante, why are you blaming the victims? I'm not blaming the victims. I'm just being logical and I'm being realistic. Because I'm a dem kama wangekuwa nafanya hizo vitu, to be honest. Udem angeenda achukue tu kazi ya super mahali, afanye tu kazi kuosha nguo, kuosha mtu nyumba, any kind of job. Kazi ka hoteli, kazi yake tu ni kuserve food. Udem angeuliwa, but because you choose a certain lifestyle, you know, a certain lifestyle has its certain consequences. When you decide to become a thug, okay? Uamke kesho jifanye umekuwa gangster, when una run the streets. Bro, umejeke in a situation where your life is in danger. And that's one thing I decided since day one. Hata kama ni kutafuta hii do, I'm going to do it the legit way. Na hiyo ndio kitu nitaambia all the young guys who are on this life. That's what I'm going to tell you. Never, ever in your life do something just because to get the bag. And it's something which is illegal. Ila siku kitakuramba, watu wote kina Goitsebeng walikuwa wanakuandikia hivi. Na watakuja waanze kumake videos wakisema, huyu jamaa kona ujinga, hii ni kitu gani alienda kufanya? Na wao ndio walikuwa empower wakakudanganya, ukaenda kuanza kuuza madawa. Ukapatikana Vietnam, ukadedi. You see? Life choices bana, life choices. Nairobi tafuta pesa lakini pia usiingize kwa shimo zingine. Exactly done manze. Like, unajua life is so precious and people don't understand how life is precious because just to hit a certain age inakuanga like a dream to many people. Kuna watu wengi wenye tuko hapa we're not going to hit probably 70. Most of us were on this life. Okay? So you have to make them days count. Don't count the days. Every single day you wake up and you take a breath, just appreciate the fact that you're still alive and kicking. Jukuna dem kama huyu, imagine, amekuwa in prison for 2 years, knowing one day she's going to be executed. Na execution sijui ilikuwa kunyongwa ama ilikuwa lethal injection. Nawaambia lethal injection is the worst form of execution. I have done my research, and most of the nini they administer for people who are on death row, hizo vitu zinakwanga most of them zime expire. Kuna story of this guy that was being executed using lethal injection, na hizo dawa zilikuwa hazikuwa like up to date, zilikuwa zime expire kidogo. So alafu unajua hawa say they are lazy, because at the end of the day uni mse ameua watu. Unajua kama umeua watu, mi hadi siwezi kuonea huruma ukiuliwa, kusema ukweli. You can call me an evil person for saying that. If you have taken somebody's life, I think your life should be also be taken as well. Because what the fuck are you trying to do? What are you trying to... Kwani wewe ndio kwa untouchable aje wewe ati wewe unataka kuua watu? Ni kama Makanga ameua msee last week kama ile wiki ingine. Jamaa, I made a video and I said, and I still hold that same thought even now. Msee hadi hafai kwa story mingi. Watu kama hao sasa mimi nikisikia wamenyongwa ama nini, they deserve it. They don't value human life. Mbona tukae na watu kwa society who are evil to that extent? Najua Goitsebeng is one of those contrarians. He'll be like, oh, vigilante. No human being should take another human being's life. So, mbona anachukua life ya watu wengine? Ni kama historia ujamaa in the US. He was executed last week. Aliwa wazazi wa ex wake very brutally using a baseball bat. Aliua vibaya sana, akawabonda vichwa. And hiyo kesi I think ilifanyika, I think it was in 2002, kama si 2002 2012. And huyo jamaa alikuwa sentenced and he admitted to the crime. Na alikuwa amesentensiwa to death, unaliving. So alikuwa executed early this week, last week actually. Now his last words were, and I'm not gonna kid you, the last words of this guy was, I am calling out to my Christian brothers and sisters to fight against the death penalty. The fucking audacity. The fucking ass audacity for you to make such a big claim like that. Na wewe umetoka kuwa watu wengine, lakini maisha yako sasa imekuwa precious. Where now you're going to face the same judgment and the same wrath. Now you remember God. Now you start remembering God exists. Fuck that shit. Nimeanza kukasirika. Ita watu hizo kazi. Where are those jobs? Jobless ni shida kubwa hapa Kenya. Goitsebeng usikue mjinga. What is so precious about life in abject poverty? That's why you gotta keep grinding every single day. That's why you gotta keep grinding. Na nasikia mvua inataka kuanza kunyesha, so acha tuharakisha tumalize hii stream. Pia I want to see what Babu Owino commented according to the pertaining Margaret Nduta's case. I respect the right to life. I don't respect people who take other people's life. Now they want us to respect their life. Fuck that shit. Okay, acha nionyeshe nini. Babu Owino made a statement. He was asking help from the President of the Republic of Kenya. And we're gonna see what Babu Owino had to say, okay? Acha tusikize Babu Owino hapa hivi.
Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I want to take this opportunity to ask and to request the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, to assist this lady called Margaret Nduta, who is supposed to be hanged tomorrow in Vietnam. This lady did no crime. This is a lady who was at the wrong place.
What the hell is wrong with my phone? What the hell is wrong with my phone? Let me try to see if I can find this video.
Thank you very much.
Acha tuione hapa kwa Twitter because kwa nini yangu ina misbehave.
Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I want to take this opportunity to ask and to request the President of Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, to assist this lady called Margaret Nduta, who is supposed to be hanged tomorrow in Vietnam. This lady did no crime. This is a lady who was at the wrong place in the wrong time. This is a lady.
Bro, I don't know what's wrong with my shit. Gojeni kidogo. Oh my gosh. It's lagging so bad. And I hope siwapigi kelele. Junasikia kumeanza kunyesha. I want my audio to be messed. Bunione, like what the fuck is wrong with na iko inafanya hivi? Let me disconnect and connect again. Let me see if it's fixed.
In the wrong time. This is a lady who was misused, used, and abused. This is a lady who was used to transport drugs.
Ah, here we go. Nice, much better.
Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I want to take this opportunity to ask and to request the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, to assist this lady called Margaret Nduta, who is supposed to be hanged tomorrow in Vietnam. This lady did no crime. This is a lady who was at the wrong place in the wrong time. This is a lady who was misused, used, and abused. This is a lady who was used to transport drugs. We should not lose a Kenyan, Mr. President. You need to act with speed. You need to help Margaret Nduta. Margaret Nduta should not be hanged tomorrow. And I know that you can take your phone, you can call the Vietnam government, and we need not to lose this lady. We as Kenyans, we need to unite behind this lady because she's one of our own. Even if it is exchanging one of the cabinet secretaries who is corrupt in this government with this lady, let us do so. Whatever it will take us to do, let us do so that we can save the life of Margaret Nduta. Thank you. God bless you.
Oh my God. So now in Kenya, nobody takes anything serious. Even Babu Owino, that's a whole minister. That's a fucking whole minister, bro. Anasema ati we need to exchange her life with a corrupt. Actually, that's not a bad idea, but, hiyo nini yake, it's not even a speech of showing support to this lady. This is just a skit. Imagine this guy, mtu anaenda kudedi, and he finds time to make a comedy video. Kenyans are never serious with life. Senator, I don't care about Kenyan politics. Go to bank. I don't care what he is. Maybe he's a minister, maybe he's a member of parliament. I don't care. But I'm telling you, I say they never take anything serious. Kwani minister, member of parliament is the same thing as long as you understand what I'm trying to say. Sinajua ni MP or something. Mbona kujifanya fala lakini Goitse Bank. So imagine this guy in such a serious case. Alikaa chini, that's the best a whole MP could come and ask for help to the president by saying, hata kama itabi tume exchange Goitse Bank, tumu exchange tu. Like what the fuck? Udemade akiona hiyo skit anajionea tu huruma akiwa tuko hiyo jela. Anajionea tu huruma. Amesema she's not committed a crime juu Kenya drugs ni vitu normal kwao. Mimi nashangaa, like, how is she not committed a crime? Because all we can do is speculate whether she knew, whether she did not know, whether she was given money, whether she didn't know she was being misused, or maybe she was just ignorant. Kuna vitu unajua ndio baya, like kukua the person who is listening to the story, because you don't know if it was actually true she's a drug dealer. But at the end of the day, nobody can come out and clearly say she's innocent. Yeah, na agent wake ndio wanajua what really happened. Those two are the only ones who have the answers to what transpired. But I'm so disappointed in our MPs, bana. Na ndio maana I never dwell into politics. Imagine if this was somebody close to you. Alafu this a whole minister anasema hivyo. Nashangaa familia huu dem iliona hiyo nini ya response ya Babu Owino, sijui alifikiria aje. Waliona tu mtoto wao huruma, they were like, oh my God, she's gone. walikuwa she's definitely gone. Hapa hakuna vitu tunaweza mtetea. Yeah, that comic relief. That's the best Kenyans do. Yeah, we learn from the best. We learn from our leaders. We have learned from our leaders. Sasa niwaonyeshe. Kuna ingine ilinibamba hapa hivi. Okay, hebu ni bamba. Kuna comment ya mtu fulani ilinibamba hapa hivi. Okay, kuna hii ya Cornelius. Wacha niwaonyeshe Cornelius hapa alisema nini concerning Margaret Nduta, okay? Wacha niwaonyeshe kenye Cornelius alisema on X. So this is what Cornelius had to say. Cornelius alisema Kenya sympathized too much. What if she was indeed involved in the drug trafficking and her 40 days had reached? Kikuyus will do anything for survival, not thinking of the harsh consequences. And you know, this guy is not actually wrong. This guy is not wrong. If she knew, you know, kuna a saying that says, if the shoe fits, put it on. Maybe she was ready. She knew the risks that came with the job. If she knew that, nobody should sympathize with her. Taking her life is too harsh, on my opinion, but this is not a Kenyan law. This is not the Kenyan constitution we're talking about. This is the Vietnamese law. They do not fuck around with drug dealers. They do not. Si kama Kenya hapo utauza bangi, karawa kushike ndo kampee chwani ya kuachilie. Na pia kuna ile comment ingine mtu alisema ati at least in this country the law is actually nini? Mtu alimalizia hapa akisema the law is working in Vietnam, so make us understand pia huyo alikuwa against this whole case. So yeah, like I wish we had a country where like vitu kama hizi mtu hakuna no nonsense. You know? Na junaona mvua inataka kunyesha hapa hivi na I don't have a good like nini. I will think I will have to end the stream at some point. Acha niweke link yangu hapa on the YouTube description na kwa Twitch. Me send you for the niggas who are always like they wanna support my show. If you wanna become the top donator to the stream, click the pinned link on YouTube. As we wind up this show, jumvua inataka kuanza. But it's been a lovely show kuwa na nyinyi hapa. Goitsebenga anasema mbona Babu akuenda kutetea Akasha Brothers huko USA. Sijui kina nani, but you know what? Guys, it's kinda raining right now. I'm mnaweza from the background. So I'll have to end the stream tonight, but you know what? I've appreciated your time. I wish I could stay here for longer, but staki kwa inconvenience na makelele za mvua. So I'm gonna end the stream, but drop down a comment. W stream. Thank you, Kina Dan, Goitsebeng, and everyone who has joined the stream. W guys, W supporters, anybody who donates to the show, just know you'll be helping me go to the next level in this journey. So Kina Kiba mejoin tukimaliza stream kumeanza kunyesha. So tutafute pia nyumba studio kwa na sauti mzuri, hatakuwa nasumbuliwa na mvua. So with that said, it's been your boy Vigilante, the hero that nobody wants, but I'm the villain the society desperately need. Have a good night. RIP to Margaret Nduta if she has actually been unalived. And if she's still alive, stay strong and hope for the best. And her family members, it's a sad reality that you're going to lose your loved one in such a manner. And it's something that nobody wants any of their family members to ever go through, ever. So drop a comment on my video. Go watch my latest video about Margaret Nduta. It's up and running on my YouTube, and I also have other videos on my page. So always turn up and see my streams every single day. I am better than Andrew Kibe. Stay choka kuwakumbusha hivyo. I am better than all these small podcasters in the 254. My name is Vigilante. Unafanana na Mr. Amazing. Uni Nashtausi. I don't know who the fuck is Mr. Amazing, but you know what? You can't compare me to nobody, because I'm sure that guy is not good looking as me. But you know what? Enough of this. First time here, and it has been a good one. Thank you, Dan. It has been the best stream because of you and the rest of the people who have been engaged in the chat. I'm so glad to be with to be building this community with you guys. Welcome to the Vigilante Association, okay, where we do not sugarcoat nothing. Raw, uncut reactions. That's what we do. That's what we do best. So anybody who wants to support the show, remember, come over to the YouTube stream. It can be $2, $5. At the end of the day, we want to hit this amazing goal and get IRL content for you. I want to start doing IRL content for you. Ni talking just studio, at least mujue the day in a life of vigilante. So if you are ready for that and you want to see that, you can support to help me acquire the IRL equipment. Now, goodbye meanza kuwa long. So everybody who has been here, have a lovely night. See you tomorrow on my on tomorrow's stream. I hope kesho mvua ita behave, isinyeshe, ituharibie audio. Justaki kuniconvince hapa hivi na makelele. Who doesn't know Mr. Amazing? Mimi simjui clearly. That's why simjui. Anafanyanga nini before niende? Anafanyanga nini na Shtausi? Because me, I don't know who the fuck Mr. Amazing is. Acha nitafute ngoma moja deadly. Nieke ngoma gani ya outro? Acha nieke ngoma ya The Council, Nyongwa. You know? Na si ati nachekelea udema wa nini, but hii ngoma tu inakuanga imeni jazz mbaya. Check his content on YouTube or where? Where does he do his content on? YouTube, TikTok. I'll give him a check out. Alafu nijue anafanyanga nini. So with that said, it's been your boy VG Lanti. I'm the hated hero, but I'm the beloved villain. And with that said, have a good night. W's in the chat to all the niggas and to all the lovely ladies who tuned in. And I'll see you tomorrow on my next stream. Peace out.
So